Hey guys, and welcome to Week 1, Part 1 of the South Carolina Mustang Challenge Training Series with Quill the Mustang, a 5-year-old gelding from Stewart Creek, Wyoming. We spent a few days in Pikeville, Tennessee at Fall Creek Falls Equestrian. Then on day 3, we headed to North Georgia where we will train for the next 4 months to prepare for the competition. The best part about this barn is there's always something going on, which is great for getting the Mustangs used to domestic life. Join me as I show you how I prepare a horse for the first saddling. I hope you enjoy this video, and remember to like, subscribe, and leave any questions you have in the comments below. For most of Quill's training, I start each session the same, going through each starting principle and building on new skills. Each session starts with rope desensitization, then moving on to yielding the hindquarters to start getting his mind and body engaged. I also make sure to work on each side. Here he goes to walk off and walk through my correction, so I increase the correction until he stands. At this point, I'm going to be picky about things he already knows. He has a great yield on his left shoulder. You want to make sure that when you ask for the shoulder yield, they cross in front of the other leg. His right shoulder is more stiff and sticky, which we will gradually work through. Yielding the hindquarters is the same, stiff and stickier on the right side. I make sure to keep my hand up to keep him from blocking me on that right side. Here I'm introducing lunging for the first time, sending him out from being close to me. We have been working on a lot of desensitization to get him used to all the crazy human movements, so I have to put in extra energy for him to understand that I'm asking him to move away from me. It looks messy in the beginning, but gradually it will get better and better, and he'll hold the circle for longer. I make sure he is soft through his body and he keeps a nice shape and isn't pulling on the lead rope or running around mindlessly. He stays connected with me. He really is just the sweetest boy. Bringing back the touch it cue, I remind him what this means, and then I direct him to the pads and have him touch the pads on the ground. I've worked with him with the saddle pad in Tennessee, and this will be his second introduction. This guy is amazing, to where he picks up where we left off and seems to process and learn while I'm not even there. And he's even better when I work with him the next day. This is really so refreshing and makes things super fun. Again, at this barn, there's always something going on. I make sure he carries the pad on all parts of his back. and body so he gets used to the feeling. Introducing the saddle, I use this super light old synthetic saddle I have so I can swing it around and make lots of noises with it, letting him follow it for confidence as I do in all new objects. He gets a little distracted here because there's a giant tractor working on the other side of the camera, but he does really good to stick with me and I just ignore it. I want to keep him engaged so I don't spend too much time on things if he is doing well, making sure he isn't bored. He starts to push through me and ignore me, so I give him quite a big correction here, but reward immediately when he backs off the pressure. I also put the saddle on weird places to get him used to the feeling all over his body. Now that he's lunging at the walk pretty good, I'm going to add extra energy behind him to ask for the trot, as well as use my voice command. Just a few steps and he gets a reward, showing him this is the right answer. I'm using the end of the lead rope to get him used to ropes around his belly. This is just a simple introduction, getting used to the sensation and a little pressure and moving off of the pressure in a circle. I do this to prep him to not be in freeze mode when he has greater pressure around his girth when we saddle him. Later on, I will do a lot more of this with a longer rope while moving to tighten and release the pressure. I introduced the bareback pad, which has a girth and loud buckles on it. This will get him used to the girth hanging down and swinging and different sounds around his legs and under his belly, which can be quite a big task for some Mustangs. It is a different sight moving something around him with a dangling girth. Notice I don't sneak at all around him anymore, swinging the girth under him and over him. I make a little mistake here because I don't think he will be too reactive to the girth, and I let the girth fall on the opposite side that I'm standing. My suggestion for a horse that may be more reactive, or just to be on the safe side, is the first time you're introducing the girth, you will want it to fall on the same side as you, so if they spook, they're more likely to spook away from you. And make sure to turn him both ways to get the girth touching him in squirrely places. I put the pad on backwards here to have the girth hanging on the other side. I love to let the pad fall off to get them used to the sound and sudden movements behind and to the side of them. Here I use the stick to grab the girth under him. I don't girth it up, I just slide the girth up and down so he gets used to the sensation and the sound and it tightening around him. It is hard to tell from the video, but he is extremely underweight and undermuscled. His girth size is so tiny, I don't have anything that fits him. Even this bareback pad I bought for my petite 14-1 hand pony Mustang doesn't fit him on the tightest holes on each side. My next video, you'll see his first saddling, girthed up, which I actually had to borrow one of the Tiny Lesson Pony's girths to fit him. This is the first time leading him out in the big arena. When I'm walking a horse in a big space for the first time, I like to bend my horse around different obstacles. This helps keep their body from getting tense and gives you both something to focus on and a direction to go. This is also a great tool and translates into warming up a green horse under saddle. I walk them up to scary objects and let them be confident and sniff them, but I don't spend too much time standing. This gives them the opportunity to get distracted and spook. This is our little kitty friend making his entrance. He's a sweet old man kitty that always likes to keep us company during training session. Once I feel he's pretty confident, I drop a pole. Again, there is no tiptoeing here. I reach down, drop the pole, and make a pretty big noise and just walk over it like he knows exactly what to do. You'll see I connect two lunge lines together to give me tons of line just in case he runs off. This is really hard to unteach them. I use this opportunity to walk through tight places. I'll just look and walk with a purpose through them and only address an issue if it arises. Next, you'll see Mr. Kitty run up behind us and spook Quill. I try to catch the spook and correct it as quickly as possible. If my reaction time is quick, I can stop it before it snowballs into him running off. I use the cues he knows to stop and tip his nose into me, disengaging his hind end. Make sure to continue forward and not stop the horse. Stopping the horse can create more tension and cause them to explode. Then carry on, and if your horse is more confident facing an object, face what spooked them, give them a pet, and continue on as if nothing happened. I introduced trotting in hand in the round pen because this can be a scary thing for a Mustang. They can get sticky and spooked when you make a lot of movement next to them. For this guy, he is more bothered by external factors rather than me. He comes off halter pressure well and has a really strong draw to me, so I just see what happens when I pick up speed. And he gets it pretty quickly. Now that he's feeling good and confident, he gets a little frisky when I ask for the trot. Same as dealing with the spook, I want to catch it quickly, pull his nose towards me, and keep moving forward. Another spice, and again, tip his nose, redirect his feet, and continue forward. He gets a nice couple of trot steps in after that, so I reward him and then continue at the walk, stopping over an object. I love doing this with my Mustangs. It creates confidence in them and it helps them not to feel worried about stuff touching their feet or being underneath them. It also preps them for the side pass over objects and actually seems to help with confidence over fences. It keeps them thinking over the fence and not just reacting and running through them or racing or being worried. If a horse can stop on an object, they're more likely to approach the object, jump over it nicely, and continue on. Thank you guys for joining me for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and again, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I really appreciate the support and ask that if you like this video, please share it with your fellow Mustang lovers. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video where we actually girth him up and also show you how to start long lining with your horse. And remember, as always, stay wild at heart.